My nephew broke my daughter's arm on the trampoline, and his mother told her to stop being dramatic. So I finally told our family why her own son flinches every time she raises her hand. My daughter Ellie was 7 when it happened. My sister Dana had hosted a family barbecue, and all the kids were on the trampoline while the adults sat on the patio. I heard the scream before I saw anything. I ran over and Ellie was curled on the mat holding her arm, which was bent at an angle that arms don't bend. Dana's son Mason, who was 11, was standing over her. She wouldn't get off, he said. I told her to get off. Mason, what did you do? I grabbed Ellie and her arm was already swelling. Dana walked over slow, drink still in her hand. Kids play rough. She's fine. Dana, her arm is broken. She crouched down, looked at my sobbing daughter and said, Ellie, honey, stop being dramatic. You're scaring the little ones. I drove Ellie to the ER myself. Clean break, both bones. They set it and casted it and she cried the whole time, and not once did Dana call to ask how she was. The next week, I went to Dana's to get Ellie's shoes she'd left behind. Dana wasn't home yet. Mason let me in, and when I reached up to grab the shoes off the high shelf by the door, he flinched, full body. His arms came up over his head, and he stepped back into the wall. Mason, it's just me, I said. I was reaching for the shoes. He put his arms down slow, embarrassed. Sorry. Habit. What habit? He didn't answer. He just looked at the floor, and I noticed then that the long sleeves he was wearing in July went all the way to his knuckles. Mason, roll up your sleeve. I can't. Why not? His voice went very small. She said if I show anyone, she'll say I did it to myself. I made him show me. Both forearms, wrist to elbow, in the shape of fingers. Some yellow, some still purple. He was crying now, the quiet kind where kids try not to make sound, because sound gets punished. How long? I asked. Since Dad left. I took a photo of both arms. I took a photo of the way he held them when I moved fast. And then I asked him one question. Mason, on the trampoline, did Ellie fall, or did you push her? He looked at me. Mom told me to make her get off. She said if I didn't handle it, she'd handle me. So I grabbed her arm and I pulled and I heard it and he couldn't finish. 2 weeks later, Dana threw a birthday dinner for our mother. Whole family, both sides. Dana stood up to give a toast about what a wonderful role model our mom was and how she hoped to raise Mason the same way. I stood up too. Dana, before you sit down, I want to ask you something in front of everyone. The table went quiet. Why does Mason flinch every time an adult raises a hand near him? She laughed. He doesn't. He does. He did it to me last Tuesday when I reached for a shelf. I turned to Mason. Buddy, can you show everyone your arms? You're not in trouble. I promise. Nobody at this table is going to hurt you. Mason looked at his mother, and then he looked at me, and then he pushed up both sleeves. My mother made a sound like she'd been hit. My uncle stood halfway out of his chair. He did that to himself. Dana said fast. He's disturbed. He has problems. He said you'd say exactly that. I set my phone on the table, photos already open. Then I set down a second thing. And this is the report from Ellie's ER visit. It says her arm was pulled and twisted, not fallen on. It also says the pattern didn't match a trampoline accident, and they were required to note it. I looked at her. Mason told me you ordered him to make Ellie get off. He was so scared of you that he broke a 7-year-old's arm because he was more afraid of what you'd do to him. Dana's mouth opened. Nothing came out. You called my daughter dramatic, I said, so nobody would look too close at your son's sleeves. My mother turned to Dana. Is it true? And Dana, cornered, with the photos glowing on the table and her whole family staring, did the thing she always did when she got scared. She raised her hand. Mason flinched, and every single person at that table saw it.